what is required to do to become a top strategic leader, the natural question comes in: what does a strategic leader have to do specifically? I'm sharing my view with only one generic function of a strategic leader, the one to do with selecting and developing both today's leader and leaders for tomorrow. Besides his other functions of a strategic leader, called the top man, called Chief Executive Officer, CEO. Fortunately, my friends, in order to be teacher in chief of leadership in your institution, in your organization, you only have to do one simple thing, as I have been telling repeatedly, and that is lead by example. Leading by example. It's very simple, but it's certainly not easy. If it is any encouragement to my audiences, I find it the hardest part of leadership. It is easy to, I say, write a book. Being an author, I can tell you, it is easy to give a talk on the subject, especially if you have a ready pen, but very hard to practice what you preach to others, the most difficult part of it. But as they say, before taking any examinations, that all candidates must attempt this question. I expect, my friend, the top strategic leaders to make time to spend with each individual of their senior team, at least the operational level leadership, minimum. But unfortunately, this doesn't always happen. The content of those meetings should be exclusively business and nothing else. But generally, they create a framework for acting as a leadership mentor, provided there is an openness and willingness to learn. My friend, it takes two to tango. But do you want to employ people these days in the strategic or the operation levels who have closed minds on the subject of leadership? People with closed minds become like a green mantled stagnant pools. If you have the leadership framework and patriarchal philosophy that I have been talking about these days, you will find yourself becoming aware of what an operational leader is not telling you, or he is not doing. You may notice, for example, that you are not getting their team together, not spending time agreeing targets with individuals and reviewing progress, not finding time to think, not avoiding micromanagement by delegating, not getting out of their office more than the token one day a week formula. All teaching of this level, my friend, is conversational. The distinction between teaching and learning is blurred, my friend. Even while they teach, men learn. Your optional leaders or operational leaders are all also your teachers. Find out what they have to teach you, and learn from them. By doing so, if it doesn't sound too paradoxical, you will be teaching them. Of course, like olden days, you should be able to ask a few questions in order to help the other person to know what he or she knows and does not know. Even if they think they do, there's the first pillar in the seven pillars house of wisdom. Ask questions while you meet them related to their job, their business. You'll start off, for example, not knowing how to be a leadership mentor for your seniors operation leaders, or if they will accept you in that function. Do you wonder? Have that kind of morale or personal authority? You won't know until you try, my friend. If you fail, then you mustn't expect others to succeed. Say goodbye to your senior operation leaders acting as a leadership mentors to their operational or team leaders. If you can't do it, my friend, how can they? There's a specific thing I suppose a strategic leader have to do or must do without any doubt, iota of doubt in his or her mind. Thank you very much.